Hey Dave, how's Chris Taylor feeling?
He feels good, getting better each day, available in any capacity tonight. And my plan is to get him if he feels good enough to start tomorrow.
Is this something you feel like you're gonna have to manage over these next 2 weeks before the playoffs, or is it
I
gonna be?
hope not, but kind of as we are right now, probably so. But hopefully, if it just continues to get better, it'll be an afterthought.
And then, what have you liked about what Gavin Lux has been able to give you at the plate the last week or so?
I've just loved the quality of at bat. Whether it's taking a walk, swinging strikes, taking balls. He's it's been a huge boost to our ball club, getting him back in lineup.
And then, Bellinger, that different stance. I mean, what do you think it is that sort of allowed him to maybe have better results with that stance than what he was trying before?
Yeah, it's the hitting guys and Cody kind of deciding to lower his hands, widen out a little bit, get a little bit more athletic, and just simplify things. So I think he's done a fantastic job, and just to see the quality of at bat in this short period of time since the adjustment has been impressive, and just encourage him to just keep trusting it and doing it because he's helping us win ball games. So expect even more.
Thanks, Dave.
Next question is from Dave Vassay. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, now that you have Gonsolin and Kershaw back in your rotation, how does the dynamic change for these three in this series and just your entire pitching staff moving forward?
Moving forward, it shouldn't. But I'll say this is, as we get Clayton going on Sunday, Tony will pitch that day as well in some sort of a piggyback kind of scenario. And then after Sunday, Tony will get back online and get back in the rotation. So this is just a way to keep him going. And we'll get him back online in the rotation after that. But it's going well.
Hey, Dave, is the reason for that you just want to have your big four pitch more games down the stretch? What was the reasoning for Tony being
there's some other stuff that went into it, Dave. That's part of it. And then also with the off day, they'll be on regular. And then once we have, I think, a stretch of however many in a row, then we'll insert Tony. So they'll get an extra day their next time around. We value all those guys.
Okay. Thank you, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, following up on the Cody question and the changes in his stance and stuff, I'll play devil's advocate. What took so long to try this?
Well, I think that part of it is, when a player's had success, it's you just don't see many swing changes in the middle of a season. I understand that, from the outside, it seems, pretty simple solution, but there's still a lot of stuff that goes into it. So I don't know. It's not a real clear-cut answer, to be quite honest. But I'm happy we got to that point, and there's trust with the hitting guys, with Cody, and we're already seeing dividends. It's a simpler, more on-plane swing, and we're already seeing good results.
How open was Cody to this kind of change?
You know what? A lot of it was his idea, and so just kind of a lot of it was his idea. He's the driver, and the hitting guys, that dialogue that they had kind of brought this to life. And so for me personally, I see a lot of good things, and I'm happy we got here.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from Kerry Osborne. Go ahead, Kerry.
Dave, I want to get your thoughts on the emergence of Julio and Walker, both as elite starting pitchers, especially in the context of how challenging this year has been for the pitching staff.
Well, I think basically is it's been a challenge, like you said. They've just continued to grow as big leaguers, as frontline pitchers, and it was pretty easy to see that we needed those guys to step up and take the baseball every fifth day, you know, considering what we were going through. So they were up to the challenge and they rose to the occasion. So we needed every bit of that from those guys.
You know, those are also two guys who were former top prospects. Guys had major surgeries. I just want to get your thoughts also on their determination to be excellent.
Well, it's one of those things where there are two different types of surgeries. One's elbow, one's shoulder, but it's adversity, and it's their journeys or stories that weren't clear as far as drafted, ascension, and just being a top line starter. So they've had some ups and downs that they've had to fight through, which I think that have made them better men and ball players. And you can see it, you know, both those guys have pitched in big spots and have performed. And sometimes you need that adversity to know that you can get to the other side, and they've shown that they can do that.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
Next question is from Hart Castillo. Go ahead.
Dave, what's AJ going to be up to? I know you mentioned possibly simulated games or anything. What's his schedule looking like over the next few days?
I think it's a bunch of simulated games. He'll make his way out to Arizona on Monday. And so I think as we look right now, the plan is to get him activated after we get back from Denver.
Okay, so it'll be straight simulated games, no rehab assignment.
We don't know yet. I think there's some games in Arizona, and if something happens later in the week, potentially to get him out on assignment, that's a possibility too.
And then with the rotation of having, you know, 4 guys this turn and 5 guys, do you think it's important that the trickle down effect of maybe giving your bullpen a blow here and there will be important going into October?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always helpful, but you know, I think as I look even at the body of work of our bullpen, we're in pretty good shape. Yeah, we got Walker going tonight and Max, and a little piggyback situation with Clayton and Tony, and then the off day, and we just had an off day yesterday. So I think people are always clamoring for the bullpen to get rest, but those guys also need to pitch too. So we're in good shape.
Is this piggyback situation we're seeing on Sunday, is that possibly something you guys can do in October?
I think anything's open, but we're far away from thinking about October baseball.
Thank you, Dave.
Yep.
Last one's from Michael Duarte. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, also talking about the rotation, if Kershaw's going to get an extra day rest every turn, kind of the way you're sounding, and you have the days off coming up to do that, that would give him, I think, 3 starts remaining. Is that enough, you think, before the playoffs, if everything goes smoothly and there's no repercussions with that elbow?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's 3 or 4, but if it plays out extra day every time, I think you're right. But I do know that he's getting an extra this one and then the next one. So we'll see where we go from there. But regardless, he'll have plenty of time to get ready for the postseason if all continues to go well.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.